want to greet the item in the divine name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I the First, and also Empress Menen the First, Marcus I, Holy Emmanuel I, King Selassie I Jah, Rastafari, another day above ground, beautiful brothers and sisters, as the item know, life is our ultimate position, no greater than that, no matter what go on top of what go on. Alright, today we have a very special program, and we have a special guest, and the platform today, a Rastafari brethren that is now residing in Ethiopia, Zane, for a couple of years now, and we have the privilege of reasoning with him on the platform today. Him going to show us and tell us his experience about traveling as a Rastafari, for the first time in Ethiopia. I'm talking about no other than Kool I Naphtali. Want to introduce him to the Mindset program. Blessed love, my lord.
Empress Menen, King and Queen, crown same time in Ethiopia. I greet thee through the faith that we dwell together in one love, peace and unity under his name, His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I the First, Rastafari. Greetings, Mindset.
Greetings, my lord. Warm welcome to the platform, the Ras Farm. Good to have the eye here. Great to hear the eye voice once more again. Always a pleasure, linking up with ones and ones, across the globe, and especially, when I and I is there on the continent, we're linking up from out here in the earth to Zion. So it's great to have the eye on the platform, my lord.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, it is an honor and a pleasure for me to be here on the Mindset and to share with you, say, my personal experiences on my initial repatriation of my own personal self. Yeah?
Yes,
from Canada to Ethiopia. Yeah? First of all, even before we go any further.
But wait, my lord. Hold on a minute. Yeah. The I want to say something still, but I may ask the questions, Zane.
yeah, but even before, sorry for interrupt, honor and respect, yeah. But even before you even start ask any question, let me make this disclaimer.
Okay, go on.
I want to make this disclaimer up front, official. This disclaimer is not to get you or the Mindset, the program, you as an individual, not to get you into any trouble or any kind of dilemma. I don't want your program get taken down off the air. So one, I was the one who called you to express my personal story. All right? I did not obtain any influence or influences from you, IjahStars, or from the Mindset program in any way. I don't want to be biased. The names of individuals that I will mention are non-partisan and impartial. Yes? Truth is what I'm here to disseminate. Therefore, the narcissistical people, the self-indulgence, the diaspora people living with delusional and illusional knowledge about Ethiopia and the current situation. Yeah, they can check Google, they can check the dictionary, the encyclopedia, all of them something there. If there's any words that I would use, not derogatory or derogative, not to be disrespectful, not to be ignorant, and not to defamate or defamation of character of any individuals. If I would say the word, if I would say the phrase BC, that don't mean British Columbia. This is a Jamaican term, and I'll only use BC. All right? Yeah. So that's my disclaimer. And at this point, any person who is listening to the program and feel that they should be getting offended, or anything I'm going to say is going to be offensive or instigated, I hereby announce to you at this point in time, you have the option to close your device and come off of the program. Yeah, because this is not about any particular individual for me to, like I said, discredit or be belligerent in any way, but it's just to explain my personal situation on leaving from Canada and repatriating myself to Ethiopia some few years ago. And this is to let the whole world know about the current situation. I am the boots on the ground here in Ethiopia. This is my own personal experience. Rastafari. I thank you and I yield.
Yes, I give thanks, my Lord, for the disclaimer and the introduction. Yes, I. Yeah, man, very well, my Lord. Give thanks. First and foremost, want to start with where the I originally grew up.
Yeah, I grew up in Canada. I went to Canada when I was about 15, 16 years old. Yeah, so 39 years in Canada, and moved to the Rastafari faith. And definitely because of that, I see myself as a ancient DNA. My ancient DNA as a pro-black is from Ethiopia, and according to Rastafari Kool, we say we are Rastas. Now in this modern time, His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, yeah, I moved to Ethiopia. I repatriated myself to Ethiopia.
Yeah, wait there, Farah. You go a little bit too fast, Hold on. So the I go Canada from you. The I 16. Then where did the I leave from to Canada?
I live from Antigua and Barbuda.
Okay.
And somewhat I lived in Jamaica for a while.
Okay, brilliant. So, what was that like, growing up in Bermuda and Antigua? What was that experience like, as a youth man? I grew up in the Caribbean, comparing to, where the I go and meet in Canada.
Well, I mean, as a youth growing up, we always had a vision to link the ancestral DNA, the descendants of slavery and the slave trade.
Mm-hmm.
So from a young youth, I had a vision that I should bring home the ancestral DNA back to Africa. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then growing up through school and, high school and them sort of educational process, as a child, I had no prior knowledge about Rastafari than some brethren that was living in my community around, and I realized that everybody were more or less everybody was more or less against the brethren and the sister in them.
Who was professing Rastafari?
Yeah, I'd never seen nothing wrong with those people. As a child, since 6, 7, 8, 10 years old growing up. Why is all the people in the community actually, talk bad and look down on people there? So my interest was sparked and peaked from the time I was about 6 years old. And then my grandmother, my father's mother, she told me that one day, I know you're going to be a Rasta man. I didn't even know what she meant.
Seeing Rasta. So your grandmother show you them vibe there from them age there. and the thing manifest. But before it manifests, and the I aware as a youth, you know, of Rastafari and so forth. I suspect is when the I trot to Canada, it really develop and start to you know, shine within the I life. Is that correct?
Most definitely so, yes. I started to be interested in certain parts of my black culture, black awareness. And then at a certain age, I visited Jamaica and lived in Westmoreland for about 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, we big up with so from there.
Big up who? Them that just it kind of dropped a while ago.
Westmoreland, Whithorn.
Oh, Whithorn. Okay.
Yeah. So from there, the knowledge start to kind of impart upon one's self.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I forwarding back to Canada, I end up hook up with 12 tribes of Israel. A brethren named Apadan, yeah. And from there, so he kind of encouraged Iman to read the Bible a chapter a day and study it well, because I was in college studying to be a doctor at the time.
Same.
And by being in school, such a sophisticated school, I started to take the book seriously, real seriously, just as I was doing physics, chemistry, and the mathematics and so on in college.
Mm-hmm.
And I took the book really seriously, read it from cover to cover. And that took 165 days, one chapter per day, each day.
Pause. Rastafari. All right. So the I came into Rastafari very early. From age of 6, the I start recognize and of, you know, sentiments towards the movement. But outside of that, while living in Canada, because I know that in the Caribbean, what we are accustomed to as black African people is something totally different that goes on in these foreign countries like America and Europe and so forth. Zane, in terms of dealing with other ethnic groups, what was that like in Canada comparing to, you know, where you used to in Bermuda and, you know, what I might see in Jamaica? What was that relationship like with with other ethnic groups?
In some ways, it was pretty normal for me at the time, because the college and the exposure to other ethnic groups, you know, Indian and Chinese and so forth,
Mm-hmm.
it was quite, for me, it was quite normal, especially because I was speaking English, coming from Antigua, coming to Barbuda, and even visiting other Caribbean islands. We were taught in the proper English educational way, words, meanings, you know, dictionary style and all of that. So I didn't really have a difficulty in dealing with other ethnic groups at all. At the time, in those places, Canada, Montreal to be specific, it was a very multicultural society. And yeah, we were just exposed to other languages, French, Spanish, you know, Italian, Greek. So it was pretty much one love. I didn't feel no, what do you want to call it now, any kind of animosity. I didn't feel any kind of segregation or any kind of separation. We were just students getting together and doing the best we can in the schooling environment.
Saying so, where we normally see in America, like, you know, the police force and black youths, black people, the police there is always on top of black men. When it's not their knee in their throat, it's their bullet flying and piercing our skins.
In the back and so on.
Yeah. Did I face any of that? Any level of racism growing up there?
Not really, to be honest with you. No, not really. I would say the only difficulty that I had was speaking the French language, because there in Quebec, in Montreal, the French language was predominant as a French place in Canada. So learning to speak that French is like French, not Creole from Haiti, but it's a Quebecois kind of French way of talking. And I couldn't comprehend that French. Later on in life, I managed to understand French and speak a bit of it, because I end up going to France as a musician and taking my band across to France, promoting a couple of 45 records that I had produced in Jamaica by Dynamics.
Seeing?
And I end up, I end up facilitating myself with a French lady, a French baby mother. So because of that, I learned to speak Parisian French rather than a Quebecois French. That French is more like a Jamaican patois. You see me I say? So it wasn't very easy to learn that, but once I went to Paris, then I started learning the real authentic French, and
not the watered down thing.
Yeah, I speak a bit of the Parlez-vous français, monsieur? Oui, bonjour.
Ça va, mon ami?
I managed to pick it up.
All right, the king, give thanks. Yes, man. Knowledge increase. You know what I mean? His Majesty say we have to broaden our horizon. So we don't have to stay in the box. We have to increase our knowledge. So give thanks, for another language in the gob. Yes, far right. So so talk to me about Rastafari now. Identifying Rastafari. In while I living there in Canada, in the Western hemisphere, what really attract the eye to the movement?
Well, as I said before, I had a vision when I was about 10 years old. So my ancestral DNA was always a part of Africa and a part of Take Me Home in the back of my mind. But then I happened to run into a brethren on the street, and he was a musician, and he took me into a club, and we started jamming and playing some music together. And eventually I went to his house. So I'd been at his house. He was the one who was always talking about 12 tribes of Israel as a Danites. I didn't even know I belonged to a tribe, but he encouraged me to read the Bible, one chapter a day, and in it I will find the truth for myself instead of someone preaching and teaching to me. As a college student, he saw that if I took on this interest upon myself, then my knowledge would definitely increase abundantly. I also mentioned before that, yes, as a college student studying to be a doctor, is that it was really impressive for me to pick up the Bible and start reading it. And so I did. I found out in Genesis, I don't remember exactly the chapter right now as we speak, but Ethiopia is the first country that is mentioned by name in the books, in the Bible.
True.
And I found that very intriguing, that here am I talking about my ancestral DNA and then to read about Ethiopia. So being in college, I started using the library and checking out books about Ethiopia and about the King of Kings. Who is he? Who is he? Who was this man that the Rastafarians, Rastafari Makonnen, okay? So I made the connection. I see where the Rastafarians were making the link. But by going further on through my studies, then I start to realize that, okay, Numbers chapter 6, you should let the LOCKS, locks of the HAIR, hair of your HEAD head grow. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's written in the Bible? I've never heard that ever before of all my time going to church in the, Catholic and Pentecostal and so forth. So I start to feel like now I'm actually making a connection in a physical form to the Bible and the livity on earth. So by studying more, then I get to Psalms, I get to other places in the Bible, Isaiah and so on and so on. And I start to see narratives that are pointing the finger towards not only Ethiopia, but a specific person, Rastafari. So in the college, I checked in the library, I found there were over 200 books that was written about His Majesty. And I'm like, wait a minute. There's so much books written about the king, written about this man, Ethiopia, this man and that man was born there. And I started kind of put things and pieces together and start believing more that there were, some connotations that are applied or applicable according to the Bible. We're living a natural sense of being here on earth according to this book. So when I reach to Psalms 68, and then he start talking about extol him by his new name, Jah. I'm saying, wait a minute, come on. They hide these truths from us. Lies buried, lies buried. So I start to kind of just decipher the codes and start to become more wheezy up on the thing, And then my faith started getting more and more interaction in my spiritual ways, my spirituality, and recognizing that Ethiopia was very important and has a high significance according to our daily life on earth.
Rastafari. Yes, I give thanks. Yes, I give thanks, my lord. So, all right, so the eye start to go into the Bible, and it start to expose truth. Truth start to reveal to the eye, and who the Almighty is, who the Creator is, and in the way that I and I as Rastafari see God and the Creator. When the eye acknowledge all these things, that a lot of things was being hidden right in clear sight about who the Creator is. As I said, these things wasn't taught in school. How did that make you start, view the world that we live in?
Well, I wasn't even so much perturbed or taken aback by what was propaganda. I started recognizing that what was my story, they claim that it's a mystery. Now look at the spelling, my story and mystery. And then beyond that, I start going back to Christopher Columbus and people like them, Morgan, Drake, Francis Drake, Cortez, and all of that.
Yeah, some wicked guy them there, huh?
I start to realize that his story. Now check the spelling again. His story, which is them, white man's story, sail across the Atlantic Ocean and all of that stuff, slavery and all of that other stuff. I start to recognize that his story is what they wrote in the books and they give to us in the Caribbean. And that was history, as they taught us.
His
So
history.
History, which is his story.
Yeah.
Killing,
Mm-hmm.
pilgrimage,
Mm-hmm.
and all of the other pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, I start to recognize the fact that they really did a number on us, black people. They brainwashed us, they beat us, and a whole lot of other things, atrocities that were committed against us as a people.
Mm-hmm.
So I start becoming more and more endowed to seek this knowledge and to make that connection, which I would say at this point in time, I had friends who were Muslim. I had friends who were Orthodox. I had friends who were as Chinese and even Italian. So we used to debate about the Greek Orthodox, the Ethiopian Orthodox, the Russian Orthodox, and what are the significance as a people, what is our role here upon the earth? And then only to come and find out that Ethiopia, being the first nation among nations, them say Lucy the first mother of all civilization. Now they have Lucy in America in our museum, and they're asking me to go to pay to see my grandmother lie down in our box behind some glass. No, that's not really correct. So I started advocating, not agitating, I started advocating for the dominance of a black civilization. And therefore it bring me even to become executive member within the Rastafari 12th tribe of Israel. There are times when I came across other Rasta men, because we're all saying a Rastafari, but now here we divided. We're Bobo, Shanti, we're Naya Bingi, we're 12 tribe of Israel. We're claiming all different parts of Rastafari, even EWF. But now at this point in time, I'm not gonna fight over who's right or who's wrong, or who is correct or who have the spirit or who have the truth. No, what my point is that we all must now come to recognize that we're all saying Rastafari.
Yes, I.
So then, who is this man and what is his role in our daily life? And so, yeah, I grow my dreadlocks. My dreadlocks was right down to my knees when I came to Ethiopia. And I don't know, I'm really not sure what happened. I think it's the water, or perhaps the change of diet, the food. But my dread just start falling out. I wake up one morning and on the bed, I just see something long, and I swear I thought it was a snake. Anyways, so now at this point in time, as we speak, I don't have my dreadlocks anymore. But I had my dreadlocks for 35 years, and I lived in Canada for 39 years. To make 40, the 40th anniversary abroad, I now repatriated myself to Ethiopia, and I think I have my work to continue to do from this place.
Rastafari.
That subscribe button. See you on the next video. Mindset. Smash that subscribe button. See you. I just start the mindset. Smash that subscribe button. See video. I just start the mind. Smash that subscribe button. See you on the next video. I just start. Smash that button. See you on the next video. I just start the mindset. Smash that subscribe button. See you on the next video. I just start the mindset.